We mad. Now the servant has gotten courage now. Now he'll go anywhere with Elisha because I see what you see. Notice this. He sees the same thing that Elisha saw when Elijah was taken up to heaven. How much you got? Lord, please send some Bible lovers in this place. I told y'all that when Elijah was taken up, that there was a whirlwind. There was horses of fire. There was chariots of fire. No wonder Hebrews said, we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witness. Let us lay aside the sin and the weight that not so easily beset us, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him despised the cross. He's seated on the right hand of the throne of God. You could say, I don't know, that Elijah came back, checked on his young buck. I don't know. Isn't that how the Lord took him up? I don't know. Well, watch the end of the story. I'm going to see, we ain't even preach. We got to get the end of the story. The end of the story is deep. The end of the story is deep. The Bible says, that when they came down, that army, now notice, they thought they was coming in to do Elijah some damage. They didn't even see what was going on behind them. And I come to tell somebody, you better watch putting that hand up. All right. You better watch putting that tongue up. On God's anointed, on God's people. It don't just apply to the anointed God's people, period. Because God takes care of his people. You better be careful. You call yourself going to go do God's people harm. The Bible says, when they called themselves coming down to get Elisha, they was about to make a move. And Elisha said, Lord, blind these fools. So when they was getting ready to do what they thought they were going to do, couldn't see. Elisha told them, he said, look, this ain't even the place where you're supposed to be. This ain't even the person. He said, come with me. Y'all the army, blind, came to do Elisha damage. Now they following him. It's in the text. He said, where you need to be is Samaria. Watch this. He takes them to their enemy's camp, but they don't know where they are. Oh, when I get my hands on somebody, I'm going to beat some of these eyes. I'm cutting the first person I see. The Bible says, when they get into the camp, Elisha says to God, he said, Lord, open their eyes. And when he opens their eyes, God really did what the servant and Elisha saw. He manifested it in the flesh. Because when they opened their eyes, there was an army. God really did what he showed Elisha and the servant in the spirit. He made it come to pass in the flesh. When they opened their eyes, they was in the camp of Israel. And the king said, Elisha, you want me to kill him? It's in the text. Elisha said, no, don't do that. He said, what would you kill one that was taken captive in battle? Elisha said this. Watch this. I'm going to take my seat. Elisha said, what I want you to do is fix him something to eat. He said, feed the folk. You already got them surrounded. They ain't going nowhere. God has already delivered them into your hand. They need to understand that God was really not trying to kill them. God was just trying to keep Israel alive. He said, feed them. Watch this. Because in the Far East, if you put your feet under a man's table, if you put your feet under another man's table, he becomes your friend. Understand this. Because they were under orders of the king. But understand, when they went back to the king, they had to defy whatever he said. If the king said, go back and kill him, no, we broke bread. I can't kill them folk. We broke bread. So God was teaching them through Elisha how to even handle your enemies. I know you see folk that don't like you, but what are you looking at? Are you looking at an opportunity for God to change their heart? Because he can do it. Are you looking at it as an opportunity for God to take away that stony heart and give them a heart of flesh? I know you see them, but what are you looking at?
That's right. Yes.
So the Bible says they ceased with bothering Israel. You know, the king didn't like it. He tried something different, but that's it. That's all. I'm done. The question is, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? You gotta change your perspective on how you look at things. Yes, see what you see, but keep looking at where you're going. Many of us have fallen by the wayside to stop at what we see. My brothers and my sisters, God bless you. I've given you what the Spirit of God has given to me. But if you're going to follow me, and I pray that you do as I follow Christ, I pray that you look at what I'm looking at. And God is doing a great work here, and he's not doing it. That's why he laid in my heart to pray for the absent part. You see how many folks are in here who have decided to make this their church? They may not come every Sunday, but when they do go, that's what I'm looking at. I wish I could talk to you a little while. See, we're not